Ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to look at the Doom Turtle, the T95. Used to be one of my most hated tanks. I used to absolutely hate the tank because it was just so freaking slow. But over the years, Wargaming, over the last sort of year, Wargaming have actually give it a bit of love. They give it some traverse, a little bit more speed. They gave it the speed boost, and you know what? This is better than it's ever been before. So the stats on the tank is, so it's got 1600 hit points. The whole armor, obviously, it is all about the armor on this tank. 305 millimeters. It is a very difficult pen. However, it does have the hatches on top that are easily pennable, so do bear that in mind. So don't look at the whole armor and think, wow, 300, nothing's gonna pen me. So you've got a 2942 DPM, which for what it is very good. 13.05 seconds on the reload. Your penetration is 276 on your AP and 320 on your APCR and 90 on your HE. You've got a 640 alpha, 545 on your APCR and 960 on your HE. Aim time 3.7, not the best, but not too bad. And the dispersion is 0.344. Again, not the best. And it only has 5 degrees of gun depression with a top speed of 20 kilometers per hour. So yes, it is a very, very slow tank. So you've got to bear that in mind. Like, it is very slow. So you give this the wrong map, put it on the wrong map, and you are sometimes not even going to do anything. By the time you get to the battlefield, you're pretty much going to be torn apart. So flat maps, you know, Himmelsdorf, or even a map like this could be pretty good, depending on where the team go. If they go to the middle section, then you could be pretty good, just like this this 50 TP there. So we get a nice shot into him, and then we're going to go forward. So I do actually run this tank with the speed boost. I'm not sure why, because it doesn't really make too much difference, but it does allow you I normally use it at the start of the battle. Just, it allows you to get to the position a little bit quicker, not a lot quicker, but just a little bit quicker. So yeah, the traverse, I mean, people actually struggle, or they can struggle to circle this thing now, believe it or not, because it does actually, for the speed that it's got, it actually has a not bad traverse at all. So unfortunately for this leather, he's just missing me, but we do manage to take him out for our first kill. So 1300 damage done, and now we want to push forward to help the Boras there with the T77. But again, the problem with a tank like this is by the time you get there, either the Boras is going to be dead or the T77 is going to be dead. Just like now, like we're getting there, and it's just like, there's no point. There's no point because he's literally going to be dead by the time we get there. So we're just going to wait. We're going to wait for this LT, and we do get a nice roll into him, bringing him down to a 1 shot as well. Now, I'm not quite sure how that T77 is still alive, so I'm thinking, you know what, Boras, I will do your job for you. I will come and help you, and I will try to kill him for you. And that's exactly what I do. So 2 kills now, and there's just 3 tanks left alive. I've lost a little bit of hit points, but that is mainly because I come out sideways in against some tanks, so you do have to be careful. And even though it's got the mega frontal armor, you're an American tank, and you got to remember that you're an American tank. So if tanks come up behind you, especially those tanks that do have HE, they will be able to HE your rear. So do bear that in mind, and they will be able to do a lot of damage. And if you're in the open, even though the traverse is still pretty quick for what it is, or quicker, if you're in the open, then mediums and light tanks will still be able to circle you, no problem whatsoever. And a nice little snapshot there to kill the standard B for my 3rd kill. And now just the Kanonen Jagdpanzer. So thankfully, you know, I helped this Boras. I helped him, and now he's helped me. He's pushed me into position. So thank you very much, Boras. He hasn't wanted to do anything else except for push me. Maybe because he's a 1-shot, I don't know. But nice little shot on the Kanonen to end the game. So not the best of damage, but we did that pretty easily, to be fair. Like, But yeah, I used to absolutely hate this tank. I despised it. I didn't ever want to play the tank. But over time, it has become a lot more enjoyable. It does have a nice gun. I love the gun on the thing, and you can do big amount of damage, and I suppose it's not that difficult to ace the tank either. And if you're against tier 8s, you can really do some damage. They will struggle to penetrate you. Now this shot there, just ignore that shot. So the battle is just started now. Ignore that shot ever happened. So you can see now we're in a tier 10 game, and even against tier 10s, this tank can hold its own. Again, the battle still hasn't started, so I don't know what you're looking at. This game has just started. I haven't even fired a shot yet. Like, I haven't even fired a single shot. But we're about to fire our first shot of the game, and it is into that AMX 30B. So one shot, one pen, an amazing tank. Very good tank. So now the AMX 50B is down. I will now really want to push this IS-7. So again, if you are going to push, make sure you do have that cover and push at an angle. Now this stupid guy just wants to get in front of me. Well, he wants to be at the side. Just move, dude. Let me turn. So yeah, always try to angle a little bit like we're kind of doing here, because if they switch to the premium round, they will be able to shoot your lower plate. So do also bear that in mind. So yeah, it's decent. It's a decent tank now, and it really is worth the grind, because of course, leading on from the T95, you have the E3, which is also a very good tank. So definitely worth the grind. The tier 8s you can suffer a little bit with the tier 8. Maybe the tier 7 as well, but once you do get up to the tier 9, then it does start getting much more enjoyable. Now again, just a little buff, you know, the T95, just a little buff is all it needed to actually be playable for me. As I've said, people used to still play it, people still love the tank, but for me it just wasn't playable. It was just too boring, it was dull, you know, nothing to it. Yeah, it had a big gun, but it's just one of those tanks, like, why would you want to play it? But now you do have the speed boost to help you along a little bit, not too much, and of course you can ammo rack tanks as well, especially if they come out sideways. So this game, 3.4k damage, thanks to that ammo rack. We got 2 kills, and now it is just 2 tanks left alive, the T62 and the Chieftain down here. But at this point of the game, it is a 5 versus 2. I've got no worries. I'm still full hit points. We've managed to block 880 damage, and again, this is tier 10, so you can still do that blocked damage. So put it in a position where people are not going to aim at your lower plate, or they're not going to aim so much at at your hatches, and then you should perform well in the tank. And again, there a nice bounce from the Chieftain Mark 6, and unfortunately we're not going to get the kill, but we do end full hit points, 1280 block damage with 4.1k damage, and we've done that pretty easily, to be honest, and it was an enjoyable game. So get grinding. The T95 is a much better tank than it used to. It is a totally different tank, and it's better than it has ever been before. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all very soon. Bye bye.